Good morning, Central High School. Today is Monday, November the 2nd. Today is the first day of Wellness Week. Let's begin this day, as always, please, with a brief moment of silence. Thank you. And now for Lift Every Voice and Sing.
Lift every voice and sing, lift every with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies resound the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the darkness has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun. March on till victory is won. Sounding the rolling trumpet, turn the chasing heart bells in the days when hope unborn has died, yet with a steady beat have led our weary feet unto the place for which Father's side. We have gone over a way that with tears have been watered. We have come treading our path through the blood of the slaughter. Out from the gloomy past till now we stand at last, white gleam by starless cast. God of our wearies, no more silence, is thou who hast brought us thus far on thou who hast by thy might led us into the light, keep us forever in the path we pray. Lest our feet stray from the places, our God, where we met thee. Lest our hearts, drunk of the wine of the world, we forget thee. Shadow beneath thy hand, may we forever stand. To our God, true to our God, true to our God, true to our native land, true to our native land.
And now for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. All right, guys, it's Wellness Week, and I want to actually kick off Wellness Week with a reading from a book from 1965 called Let's Get Well. And this book was my mother's parents' book. I'm going to read the very first paragraph to you to kind of set the stage for this week. Remember, this was written in 1965. There are so many of them, the people who do not feel well. The statistics of illness in the United States are too depressing to examine for long. 40 million with allergies, 17 million with ulcers, 10 million with arthritis, and so many millions whose jagged nerves have driven them to using tranquilizers, or whose exhaustion has prompted the taking of pep pills, that addictions to barbiturates and amphetamines have mounted into the hundreds of thousands. So even as late, guys, or as early as 1965, this book, Let's Get Well, said that, in our country, there are some serious wellness issues, whether it's things that we experience in our minds or in our bodies. Wellness is a very important topic. And it's foolish for us to think that wellness is not affecting you or our staff in adverse ways that we won't know about maybe for months or years to come. And so we thought that it was important that we take this time to address wellness as a school community so that we can finish out the semester on the best possible note that we can. So Wellness Week is for students to catch up on any missing work and to address mental health concerns initiated by prolonged COVID restrictions and social unrest. What that means is this: you will not have synchronous instruction this week, and it's only this week. So next week, I expect our participation to be high like it normally is. But for this week, there's no synchronous instruction. My expectation for you students is that you catch up on all your work. You're getting a week to catch up, okay? So if you have a C, a D, or a U in your classes, your teachers will reach out to you and tell you what you need to do to raise those grades, all right? So it is important that you take advantage of this opportunity this week. Meet with your teachers as requested as needed. Participate in a wellness activity provided by the school, or you can create your own wellness activity, all right? So here it is. If you're not caught up in all 8 classes, use this week to submit missing work and request individual conferences with teachers during normal school hours. If you are caught up in all 8 classes, all right, meaning you have an A or a B, that means caught up, all right? C's not caught up, D's not caught up, U's not caught up. If you're caught up in all 8 classes, then I want you to create a wellness goal and document your progress toward that goal. At the end of this week, you're going to submit your reflection to the appropriate teacher. So if you're 9th grade, that goes to your science teacher, 10th grade, social studies, 11th math, 12th to your English teacher. And our Montessori students, you will submit yours to your Montessori teachers as Emmanuel shared with you. Next, for families that are interested, please, parents, this is more for you. For families that are interested in continuing a more structured week while also observing overall wellness, please click on this link right here. That's going to take you to tips and suggestions on how you can have structure throughout the day. I heard from one parent who said that, you know what, I understand this wellness thing, but I really need you, Mr. Green, I still need structure for my kid. If that's you, this link is going to give you that information that you need. If you're interested in learning more about reducing anxiety and increasing happiness, there are 18 very practical tips on how you can address your mental wellness. If you're feeling stressed, overwhelmed, sad, there's an app for that. It's a free mobile app for mental health support. And then finally, here we have some books that discuss mental health right here. And the last thing is this, guys. In your grade level Google Classroom, I didn't put it here just because it's too much information, but in your grade level Google Classroom, there will be an ACT wellness session later every day this week. There will be an ATT wellness session. So if you're gearing up for the ACT, you probably need to tune in for that. Also, guys, there will be some more mental health. We'll have yoga. We'll have workouts. All of those things will be posted in your grade level Google Classroom. I just didn't want to put it here because it's too much information for this event. But please check that for our school level wellness activities and make sure that we're following the advice of this book that says, let's get well, and use this week to get well together. Join Central's wrestling team. Girls Wrestle 2. Central High School has the defending state champion girl wrestling team, and we would love for you to join us. Central Wrestling is for all types of ladies. Please contact Coach P via email at michaela.bushman@jefferson.kyschools.us. If you're interested in becoming a part of the family, we want you to sign up. Practices will be Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 5:30, starting today in the underclassmen cafeteria. Please have a physical and your COVID waiver signed. Also bring a mask and water for yourself. All right, at this time, guys, I'd like to remind you of our daily behavior expectations. We want you to be responsible young men and women, to be respectful, and to get to class and to school right on time. This week, you don't have to worry about getting to class on time so much, but you do have to make sure that you're being responsible. This is the week where your responsibility is going to get tested, right? Are you just going to check out, and treat this like a free week, which it is not? This is not a free week for you. Or are you going to be responsible and say, you know what, I'm going to get well. My grades are sick. I'm going to get my grades well. Or maybe I'm really stressed out and I need some practical tips on how I can relieve some of my stress. Whatever that is, be responsible and use your time wisely this week. The vision of Central High School is this: we are relentlessly continuing our tradition as leaders of positive social change. So make sure you're being that leader today, guys. Make sure that throughout this entire week, start with yourself. Be a leader for yourself, then for your family, then for your neighborhood, then for your school, then for it expands from there. But first, be a leader for yourself. Take care of yourself this week. And as always, it's important to remember life is all about choices. Make great choices today.